Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Smart Social Secrets Tips. I am so excited here to be here today with Bart Graham, who is a very good friend of mine, and I have been really kind of impressed with what he's doing with Facebook. And I know that all of you say that Facebook is dead and that Facebook doesn't work anymore. But my guest today has made Facebook work for an organization that he is a part of called the Commemorative Air Force Tampa Bay Wing. And it's been really interesting to watch you grow that, Bart. So I'm so excited you're here, and I'm excited you're going to be talking to my audience today. How are you doing?
Thank you. Thanks, Cami. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I'm excited to have you. So, um, you and I have been kind of working on your social media presence and some other things through Smart Social Mastery for a couple of years. But during that time, you got this opportunity to start running a Facebook page. And I, with the Commemorative Air Force Tampa Bay Wing,
Yeah,
and that is an organization that you're part of. But I want to talk to you a little bit about that because when we first started talking, you were like kind of anti Facebook. Can you
yeah,
kind of, yeah, give me the background? How did this happen? How did
yeah.
this happen?
Well, I'll blame that on my daughter if she's listening. She told me a couple
Good.
of years ago to get on Facebook so I could keep track of the grandkids. So uh, I finally succumbed to the pressure, and then when our and then our wing got started, and then we had to have some way to market ourselves. We, however, LinkedIn. Uh, we have to have a website, which we do have a website. And Facebook seemed to be the predominant way of marketing all the units in the CAF. So
Yeah,
we
you're
started,
because you're part of a you're one part of a bigger organization, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, we're nationwide. There's a lot, actually, you're in Houston, there's a lot of, we call them units, but they can be wings, squadrons, or air bases. There's a lot of units in Texas.
Mhm.
Uh, There's three of us, three units in Florida, but we're nationwide. It's, I think, about 12,000 people, but 180 cool warbird airplanes, which is
Yeah.
World War II airplanes, which is the big draw for aviation enthusiasts.
Yeah, and I'm going to actually share my screen and show everybody what this looks like because you have an airplane,
Yes.
which is something new. So tell us a little bit about the airplane that we're about to look at here.
Oh, yes. So we just got, we haven't named her yet. We will eventually, I'm sure. So I just call her number 50 in any of my posts. That is a 1943 Fairchild PT-19 World War II training plane. That was a between that a Stearman and a Stearman were the two predominant planes that World War II aviators learned to fly on. Uh, CAF has, I believe, about 14 of these planes uh, in in the whole CAF. We've got one of them now. We just got her in May. Uh, it's a great little airplane. I didn't know much about it until I saw it. Now I'm in love with the airplane. But yep, it's there's only like 98 still flying in the world, so it's a very rare airplane.
Wow, that's really really cool. And I know that that was like part of what you were doing with the Facebook page too. Is you guys wanted to you were getting an
Yeah.
airplane and you wanted to like build up some knowledge about that. But before you got to that point, what I thought was interesting is when you first started that Facebook page, which we could go over here in a few minutes. I might scroll through
Mhm.
a little bit, but when you first got that Facebook page, it's been what, a year and a little bit? How much?
Yeah,
How long have you been
yeah.
running it?
Well, we the Facebook page actually got created in June of last year. I didn't really get active on it until August, um, and it just I got a background in sales and marketing, mainly sales, but marketing and PR, and I just said that we've got to market our wing. We're a wing without an airplane. It makes it difficult to get people to come out. Once you get an airplane, it makes it a lot easier. So that's what we had to market our wing to get members. You had to have so many members to get an airplane. So, of course, I'm
Right,
the
and I'm gonna
develop.
pull it up again and show them because you got the page started the page. You didn't have an airplane at the time at
No,
all, right?
well, I actually there's a gentleman that I have consultants, and you're my main consultant. Uh, there's a gentleman that's behind me. He actually started the page, but I took over being the content creator because I'm the development officer of our unit, which means I'm supposed to go out and get money and, well, market. That's my main thing, market. And so
Mhm.
somebody has to do the Facebook page. So I guess what I volunteered. I knew
You
nothing
were the
about a
Facebook guy,
Facebook page.
right.
I
And and
knew
and it had
nothing.
a couple hundred followers when you or about 1,000, right? Followers when you started?
If lucky, yeah, I think I had 50. I think I got it up to 50. And then we just started plugging along. And then in December, I made the announcement at one of our meetings. I said, "Hey, we're almost to 1,000 followers," and and I'm like, I just I post every day. I post at least 6 times a day.
You do.
The other day, I posted 15 times, and I don't normally do that, but if something comes across our feed that I find interesting, I'm going to post. And if not, I'll defer it to the next day. So yeah, so in December, Cami, we had 1,000 followers, and I was like, "Oh, this is pretty good." so, uh, so now
Yeah,
we're up at well, last week we were at 6,100 followers.
right here. We've got 5.7K likes and 6.6K
Oh,
followers and
yeah,
500
and we
followers. You can
picked
see
up
this.
500 followers this week. This is
Yeah.
crazy.
No, you're gaining followers at a clip, and we'll talk about your strategies and sort of how you're doing that in just a second. I do remember, and I'm trying to remember exactly. I should go back and look at my calendar for the date that we met. But I remember when you first kind of took over the page, we had a kind of a gathering and a discussion about the
Yeah,
page. You and I did, and it was interesting because I'm taking no credit for this. You've been amazing, but it was interesting to me because we started to talk about how you might get some followers and people to start following the page. And I'm going to bring us back so people can see us, but because they saw that already. But kind of, what was your first thought, or what was the first things that you did to start growing the page once you had a hold of it? Like once you decided, okay, we're going to grow this page. What was your first thing that you did?
I, I I'm not a big. I guess I'm a mini storyteller. I tell small
Mhm.
stories. I don't tell big elaborate blogs, but I just thought to tell a story every day of something. And I like to follow. I follow a lot of other pages, and when I follow these pages, if it's got one or two followers, I'm usually not going to tend to follow it. But if I see a page that has a quarter of a million followers, I just figure if I'm seeing something that pops up on these people on pages like that that
Mhm.
I'm interested in, I'm going to repost it, and I'm going to tag them, and figuring that by tagging people, it's going to pull people maybe from their page to look at our page, and I think that's the way it works, Cami, from my understanding, and it seems to be working,
No,
and
it's working great. I mean, I love it, and you have told me, your planes, trains,
planes,
and
trains, automobiles, and boats.
automobiles.
I'm a P-tab. I call 'em it's easier to say P-tab, and
Okay, tell me
people
what
say
that means. Slow down.
planes, trains, automobiles, and boats. And I only did the boats because we're in Florida and there's a lot of boats here. But
Mhm.
one of our speakers at our meeting a couple of times ago, she's a weather lady at WFLA TV8. Amanda, I'll pick on Amanda. She's pretty
Okay,
cool.
we're gonna have to
Her,
send this to
her
Amanda.
and her Yeah, Amanda is her and her husband are boat people.
Mhm.
And so, but she's also planes, trains, and automobiles. I said, oh, well, ought to, I ought to join the ranks and start liking boats, Amanda, just in your honor. So that's what I started doing. But I don't just do that. I like to, I'm a little offbeat. I like using humor. I'm
Mhm.
also starting to use some oldie stuff.
Mhm.
Like I'll put stuff from some of these oldie pages up there because a lot of our members are 35 plus, and it's like you post stuff up there from the 80s or something, and people say, "Oh, I remember that." So now you got a new following, and you get comments, and and I also do cartoons like Roadrunner and the Coyote and Roadrunner is probably
Mhm.
my favorite one. Just do a cartoon because I like Looney Tunes. Okay.
I mean, I
Uh,
used to get up on Saturday mornings and watch
yeah,
those. I
yeah.
can see why people would
And
gravitate.
no, no, no. I just you get followers that way, and then you get people commenting, and then I try to go in and uh, make sure I acknowledge everybody's comment. Now, I might not say something, but I use a smiley face emoji a lot, just so they know that I've seen it.
Yeah. No, I
So,
love that you do that. So a couple of things I'm just going to kind of bring like what you've said so far into focus. One of the first things that you did, because I remember us talking about it, was this whole finding other pages to follow,
mhm,
um, and and actually interacting with those pages as the Wing
mhm,
Facebook page. Like you would, so not as you Bart, but as you the Wing Facebook page. I just wanted to be clear about that because
right.
that's I think one of the big things that you did. You also, started to build relationships with some of the people who run those pages, right?
Yes, yeah. We actually other our other CAF wings have
Mhm.
very active pages. I'm kind of proud to say that out of the 80 some units in CAF, I keep track of where we're going. I'm at 6,600 followers, which ranks us 21st out of 80 wing or units of Facebook followers. So my goal, I'm at 6,600. My goal is 10,000.
Yeah.
That's my next goal because I think that's from way everything I've read. That's it's a landmark in Facebook, and so
Yeah,
that's
it's a really great place to be in Facebook, and you've done I can see you reaching that because, I mean, you've grown this in a year. You've
mhm,
I mean, completely exploded, like, by, 500% from 0 basically to
yeah,
6K. I know you weren't there from the very 0, but honestly, 0 to 6K, that is an accomplishment that I don't think most people believe is possible in the current environment with Facebook, right? There's just a
yeah,
lot of people that don't believe that's possible. So, your content, I think I do want to lean in on that a little bit. You do post multiple times a day, and
yeah,
I think we're not probably posting enough on Facebook. I think a lot of pages need to do that, and not only just posting, but you are so good about posting things that are relatable to your audience. Like you know your audience, you know what they like, and it's not necessarily like it's the stuff you're posting isn't about the wing per se. It's
yeah,
not like, "Oh, this is about our Air Force wing. This is our Air Force wing." I'm gonna show the page again just to, bring that up. I'm gonna make it full screen so you guys can see it, and we'll just kind of talk through this, real quick with you. So
yeah,
here's the page and kind of moving down. Alright, so, you've got your featured page, which is the airplane because that was the event that happened, right?
right. Mhm,
So that's perfect because that's telling people, yeah, we have this airplane and it's a little video, so you can watch it, which is
yeah.
fantastic. But then these are the
Oh,
things you do.
I
So
just put that up, and
talk
it's
through.
kind of airplanes and coffee. It's a huge page. They've got over 300,000 followers, and a lot of people post there. But the caption, well, I see it's a caption of, I said so true because when you see an airplane flying over, everybody, if you're in aviation and you hear an airplane, you tend to look up.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
no one, and then you forget what you're supposed to be doing. So I thought this was quite appropriate.
Yeah, no, I love this. Okay, so and so what I'm trying to say is this was posted on their page. So did you share this from their page directly or did
Right.
you right.
Yes, I do. I go again, I follow them. If even if you don't, I can go find it.
Mhm.
Uh, I got a way. I keep track. I use email, believe it or not, to email myself. And
Mhm.
um, so yeah, I go in their page. I find the post, and then I just forward it out, and then
Yeah, you share it
go
and then
from there.
you put a little thing and it wasn't a lot. You just said so true.
That's all I got to say there. It's true.
Yeah.
And then
All right. So that
piece
was great.
before that, a member from last Saturday
Mhm.
took these fantastic photos of the plane, and he said, "Feel free to share on on the page." And I said, "Will do."
That's
So then I
wonderful.
did a
Great.
reel because I'm trying to learn more on reels because that's what Facebook says I need to do.
Oh,
So
reels.
I did a
Yeah,
reel.
Oh, I want to talk about that in just a minute too. So we'll talk about what Facebook is telling you to do. Let's go through this. So let's see what this is here. Again, another one you shared from the ledger.
And then I talk about our neighbor. We're at Lakeland International Airport, the home of Sun and Fun. Why is that a big deal? Because next week, Oshkosh, the biggest air show, is taking place in Wisconsin. We're the second biggest air show, so we're Sun and Fun, and we've got a new airline, Avello, and they just started flying there last month.
Cool.
So they're our neighbors. We
Building
like,
relationships with these pages with this kind of thing.
yeah.
And
Most
what I
of
want
their,
people to notice too is there's not a lot of likes and comments on all of these. Not every single post has likes and comments, but you're still gathering like 500 new followers last week,
yeah.
which I think is crazy.
I I did well. I will. There's the goofy one, the oldie stuff.
Oh, I remember
Yeah, because
this.
I remember that
I hated
now.
this in PE. Oh my gosh, we definitely did this. I hated it. Oh Lord.
So
Uh,
just to show you, you get sort of goofy. You had to go a little. I don't know. My opinion. You got to go a little goofy at times to mix it up. I like mixing stuff up.
yeah.
Um, uh, yeah, I did that. I had to laugh because I was kind of. We're languishing at 6,100 followers before last Saturday's event,
Yeah, I
and
know you were
I'm
complaining last week about that.
yeah, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. We've changed our page, our Facebook page picture because
Hmm.
for the longest time we were using another Wings uh,
Airplane, yeah.
picture. It was a painting, but it was attracting people. And then we put our plane up there, and it sort of died out. We don't have the big bombers. We got a training plane, and I was like languishing. And then I did this 7-second video. It's you've got to go way in to find it. I
Okay.
did this 7-second video. We pulled the plane out of the hangar not last Saturday, a week ago Saturday, and we it had been sitting for a couple of probably a couple of weeks, or actually longer since the engine been running. And
Hmm.
we had to do we just changed the prop, and we had to do a test the prop out, make sure everything was fine. And the fellow was trying, one of our wing members trying to start the plane, couldn't get the plane started. So I did a 7-second video on that, and I did it as a letter because I'm highlighting the plane. I wrote our plane a letter, dear number 50.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
I know how you feel. It takes us a while to get started in the morning too, and
How cute.
that's pretty much what I said. The plane had been, I showed, there was videos of it running,
Yeah.
but people just saw this one video and it's like, I had, you'll appreciate this because I'm blown away with these figures. 153,000 reaches
So amazing.
and 2,000 engagements, 144 comments. I was totally blown away with that. I didn't understand it until and then now I see why the follower count jumped.
Oh yeah, that's why. 100%. Mhm.
Yeah. And then, so
You
now
so
I'm learning
you
stuff like this
you
on
post and
my
post and
own.
post, but, like, some of these hit. Like, some of these posts actually
Yeah.
hit, and you've had lots of hits like that. I've seen them happen on your page.
Yeah.
So
So
mhm,
I'm talking as I'm now our airplane. I mean, I don't think the guys in my wing understand what I'm doing. I'll tell them at the next meeting, but
yeah.
I think if I can talk about the plane, I'm the plane. So if I
Mhm,
feel hot, I'm going to say something. I think we need to get air conditioning in the hangar. There's a post about that. I did a post
mhm.
like that. Something like, you guys know why I'm grouchy because this hangar's not air conditioned. It's hot.
I love that you're doing that. You're becoming the plane. I just love that. That's such a
Yeah.
great idea.
So I do that, and I'm doing something right now on because Florida is so rich in aviation
Mhm,
history, World War II history. And probably 75% of the airports in Florida have some sort of history. I'm
mhm.
starting to do a series called uh, West Central Florida Airports A to Z, and I'm up to B now. But did A the other day, the last A post I did, I uncovered a lot of stuff about history that I didn't even know about. Now I've got more stuff. We also want to find out this plane trained pilots in 1943 and 44 in Texas, of all places, Kelly Air Force Base
Yeah.
or Kelly Field was one of the places. And we were trying to go back to the Air Force history archives to see which pilots
Mm,
maybe trained in this plane. That would be another
that would be cool. Yeah.
offshoot for veterans, finding cool veterans that probably aren't with us, unfortunately, but you never know who might have flown this plane.
Right. Well, and you might be able to find who knows? There may be even one that's still alive and
Yeah.
their kids and their family would love to, be a part. So that's cool. I mean,
Well,
I just feel like you know, you have an open mind about content that I think is so important on Facebook because people are looking to be a little bit entertained on Facebook, right? It's not just about like
mhm,
me and my company and what we're doing. It's about the people that are watching our pages and
mhm,
what should we be putting up. I mean, you've taught me some things too to think a little differently. Like, shouldn't we just be a little bit more broad about our content? And apparently, I'm seeing for you on Facebook, especially, multiple posting a day is actually working really, really well.
yeah.
And I think that's probably something that we're just not posting enough on Facebook. Some platforms, like we know on LinkedIn, you really right now one post a day is really what you need to do. It's kind of the we have
Yeah.
research that shows that we have proof of that. And in Facebook, I want you to talk a little bit about Facebook telling you what to do with the page because I
Oh
found that
yeah.
really interesting. That Facebook, once you get started, they're going to start giving you
Oh
tips.
yeah.
So
Oh
tell
yeah.
me about your tips.
Well, I obviously track the followers, so when I get to a like a 6,500, 6,600, I keep track of that. I do keep track of that. Not the date we hit it. That to me, it doesn't really matter.
Mhm.
Uh, but on your page, it has your dashboard, and I go into that dashboard, and then if you drill down a little bit deeper, it's telling you what they want you to do. And now it's telling me to hit reels real hard. Now I'm still working on it. I've got a lot to learn, but uh, so yeah, I try to do what Facebook says. I've taken their little courses. They've got another series that I haven't done, but it has to do with reels. Um,
They have free training. That's really
yeah, and I haven't done that yet, Cammy. I'm still planning to do it.
I know.
I'm still planning to do it. So,
Don't get
but
triggered. I was just saying, I'm just letting
no,
people know, I'm letting other people know that are listening to us that they do have free training on the back
yeah,
end of your Facebook. So you can just dig into it. So when you say you go into the analytics, that's just like on the when you're on your Facebook page on the left
right,
hand side, you can dig into those pieces
yes,
and
yes,
optimize your page
yeah.
too.
And I do all this stuff on. I mean, yeah, I'm on there a lot, but if I'm sitting watching TV or just not really paying attention, my cell phone is where I do up. I say 95% of my posts are done on my cell phone.
Mhm.
It's like it's just that easy. Now, where I get tripped up is I take a lot of pictures when I go places, and if I'm having to go back to find old pictures, that gets a little challenging. I've got to figure out a way to categorize
Oh,
that.
I can help you with that. You didn't tell me that was a problem.
Yeah, I'm sure you
You need to
can.
download the Google Photos app on your phone.
Okay. And I just need to be able to, because I know I've taken pictures of this and that. And
Mhm.
that's another thing I like to take pictures. And if there's a bunch of pictures, then I turn it into a reel. And
Mhm.
it's like, all right. Or I
Yeah.
went back for the other day, I went back to just show a reel that we did in 2023 about the Air Power History Tour. And with the cool planes and like the
Yeah.
P-51s, the
Cool place.
B, yeah, the cool,
I like that you call it the cool place. I just love the
well, we,
how was the word? Anthropomorphization of
and
the
we
plane.
what
And
we like to call our other units uh, our big cousins with the bigger toys.
it's funny. You're just the children. I'm at the children's
We're just
table.
a step.
You can have
We're
your
just a
plane right
toddler
next
right
to
now
the
with a
table.
cool plane. So we got a historic airplane though.
It's
It's
pretty.
I think there's only three maybe of those planes in Florida. There might be another one hanging out, but there's not many. I know where three of them are. So
No, that's fantastic. I love that that you have this plane. And so the other thing I was going to say is what kind of tools are you using? Like, are you using any extra tools besides just what you have?
I mean, my yellow sheets with my notes
Yeah,
on. Yeah, that's
I
it.
know.
You got it. Yellow
See,
shirt, yellow sheets. Yeah, it goes together.
yellow. We love yellow here.
No, I got like 10 different contents that I could go if I'm honestly, I do a lot of my posts when I wake up and I'm just trying to drink my
Mhm.
coffee and stuff kind of comes to me. So I can probably knock out 6 posts, you know, not in a short amount of time because I've already kind of figured out what I
And
wanted
you're
to
not
do.
scheduling them right now. You're doing this in real time, but
Yeah, sort of
you
like,
could
yeah,
schedule them inside of Facebook
yeah.
itself. You
Uh,
could.
I'm not there yet. I don't
Mhm.
want to force myself because I'm not always creative all day.
And you're like, I don't know what to do. I'm really proud of you though, because I feel like that you have taken this on in a way that is very inventive and thoughtful. And I feel like that's why I wanted to have you on the show because I feel like a lot of people feel like they can't do this. A lot of people feel like they're not very talented or they're not very creative. So can you talk to that a little bit?
Well, I didn't think I would be doing this either. So if you told me 2 years ago I'd be doing a Facebook page, I would have said you're kind of, I don't know what's in your water jug or whatever, but
Your coffee. What's in your
no, I just like, well, I'm on LinkedIn and I've sort of neglected LinkedIn uh, here because I'm doing this Facebook page with it.
Mhm,
I'm this is maybe my outlet. I went to Embry-Riddle and graduate at the Aeronautical College,
mhm.
and I'm a member of their book author club. And they keep saying, "When are you going to write the book, Bart?" And I said, "I don't know, probably never, because I'm busy on a Facebook page, and I consider that my outlet." So I don't know, Cammy. It's just something I've taken to. I'm having fun with it. It's
Yeah.
a, it's a challenge.
And certainly it is, and I know that you're great for that. And one of the things that can really work for you too is like, hey, if you are somebody who's like, I want to grow my Facebook page, I really think that you are a great resource for that. You can consult with Bart. I mean, he'll charge you a good hourly rate, and he can go into depth with you on your page and maybe give you some ideas because I feel like that's really something that I think that you're intuitively getting that a lot of people don't, is how to connect with people. And that's one of the things I think that through your volunteer stuff, so and the other work that you do, and you've worked with a lot of membership people, like so you're
Yeah.
good at like that. So
Yeah.
talk a little bit about that so that we kind of
Well,
know where did you come from?
I'm still in, yeah, well, the sales and marketing, but I joined
Mhm.
PRSA in 2015,
Correct.
and then it's been all membership. Well, this year I'm on the downward. I'm just on committees. I'm not doing the big high level thinking. I'm just doing the everyday stuff. But I'm going to Orlando next week, the end of next week for SunCon. Uh, and yes, I got the flow code ready on my phone. Hold it up there, and uh, but I'm
Oh yes.
going there just to network. That's
Yeah, and I think that's really important to have those kinds of things ready to go. And I do feel like that you have a lot of knowledge that you've gained over the last year. That if somebody's like, I really want to get my Facebook page going, you have a lot to share. I think on that. And and by the way, Bart is a consultant, so you can hire him. So he's
okay.
great, especially if you're in the planes, trains, automobiles, and boats
Yeah,
area. He
love
would
it.
be really great for you because he knows that area very well. So definitely, if you hear anybody that needs help with that,
Okay.
I would send them to Bart, honestly. So
Yeah.
um, cool, cool, cool.
So,
So let me see. What else did I want to talk to you about? Let me really quickly ask a couple more questions. What are your future plans for the plane?
oh,
For the Facebook page.
well, like I said, 10,000. 10,000 is probably my immediate plan.
Mhm.
I doing more reels. Um, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it right now. I'm taking it one step at a time.
Right.
I don't, once I hit 10,000, I'm sure my mind will shift to something else.
Oh, you'll want to do more.
Yeah, I know. But I do want to learn more about uh, Facebook, other nuances. Will I ever be the flashy emojis and things like that? Probably not, but I'm, I don't know. I like keeping it short. I like keeping it kind of humorous. If I like keeping it serious. Sometimes you got to be serious, and then sometimes I might go back and do a Roadrunner. I got a couple of Roadrunner commercial or cartoons in my email right now. I send myself an email. I find something. I said, yeah, I want to show that, but I'm tapped out on posts. I'm not going to do any more, so I'll email myself.
I love that. So that's really your method. That's what I was saying. Well, how
Yeah.
do you keep track of everything?
Yep.
It's in your email. That's like very direct. I think a lot of people think you need a lot of tools. You need a lot. You need to pay. You need to
No.
learn a lot of new things. But you're keeping it kind of simple as far as
Yeah.
it goes, right?
Yep. Trying to best I can. Yep.
Yeah.
And then,
No, I think that's fantastic. And so I'm trying to pull up your QR code. Hold on just a second.
oh
Um,
yeah.
I'm
Oh,
good. Yeah,
I
I'll get
got
it.
it.
But we have a QR code that Bart put together for you guys to if you're interested in connecting with him, and I will make sure I put it in the also I will
Yeah.
make sure that I put this in the comments and stuff on wherever you're watching this. But if you would like to get in touch with Bart, let me know for sure in the comments, and I'll make sure you get it. Let me just really quick. I don't know why it's doing this.
It's
It's I have it on my screen, but it's not showing it, so I'm gonna try.
that's okay.
Huh?
It's pretty nifty though. That was a pretty good call. I can
Yeah.
not pull out a business card
Yeah,
to show.
while I'm pulling it up, tell them what it is so that we can get there.
It's called flow code.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I know this is
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, you're
Can't,
not gonna be able to see it. I
not
I'll
gonna be able to see
it's
that.
coming.
Well,
It's
it's a
coming.
QR code that has my name, obviously, phone number, email address. It's got a link to LinkedIn. So if you click that little link, I'll go to my LinkedIn profile. And then it's got Facebook, which will go to our Facebook page.
Right. Oh, here it is. I got it.
There
Oh,
you go.
they put it right over us.
That's it. Yeah.
Hi. Hi. Hi, everyone. Make sure you scan this to follow Bart.
That's it.
I did not know it would put you right over your face, but that's fun. So it is a really cool flow code is amazing. I use it too. It's an amazing thing to use for your brand. And so definitely check it out. I will put it in the links as well. And it's free, right? So if you guys want one
Well,
link too,
yeah, sort of.
oh you
Yeah,
did.
sort of, kind of. Maybe if you get lucky. All right.
Yeah, if you're lucky. Yeah.
I've got to. I had to get it up and running. I think I paid. It's $60 for the year.
Yeah. So it's not bad. And
It's
it's like a business card for you. You
it's
can
a
change your
business card.
links
Yeah.
and you can do whatever with it. So it's like having a web page, which isn't
Right.
bad because you didn't have a web page, right? For you personally.
Personally, no.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I do that, and then of course, So that's pretty much it. And of course, I try to make it to social, smart social media on Tuesday and Wednesdays.
Yeah.
But this week I've
Yeah,
been
smart social mastery. Yeah.
mastery. I've been, yeah,
Tell them
busy
what
with
that
that.
is. You know what that they don't know what
Yeah,
that is.
well, I know what that is.
I do. Yeah, of course I do.
I do too. You've been quite helpful. I've had, several other folks I've had look at the page and say, "What do you think?" Yeah, looks good. What would you change? No, I think you're doing fine. Should I use hashtags? No. Although I need to start using them more. I'm getting there. There's
Yeah.
certain situations. I did one the other day, hashtag OTD, which
Oh,
is
okay.
on
What's
this date, and because I want to give the history of our
I like
wings
that.
for 2 years ago.
I like that for especially for what you do, the history stuff is really kind of interesting. By the way, here's your
Yeah.
page. anybody wants to see it. This is how flow code is. It gives you these pages and you can put your links here. You can add your contacts here. So yeah, if you you know scan onto on his QR code, it'll bring you to this page, and then you can add him to your contacts, which I think is it's such a great thing. And here's the I'll put the URL, by the way, across the screen in just a second. But if you want to get flow code, it's a really great. I think it's a really great thing for you if you're going out and you're especially if you're like I don't want to carry a business card or I don't want to buy a business card. This is I think really helpful. Okay, sorry, keep going. So for you, we were talking about Smart Social Mastery. It's true. We have a membership program that I've been running for about a couple of years now, and we're having an open house in a few weeks. And the open house is about the brand voice and building your own brand voice. We're working on that for all of our folks. Certainly, Bart's been part of that too. Is like how do we continually grow our visibility so that we can have the best impact. So the brand voice workshop is a really great workshop where you will actually walk away after an hour with your brand voice completely kind of mapped out. And one of the hardest things I think for PR and marketing people, especially, we don't love to talk about ourselves really. We like to talk about other people. We like to talk about your stuff. Like even today, Bart's in his element because he's talking about the Commemorative Air Force Facebook page. But how do you feel about talking about yourself, Bart?
I will put something out on LinkedIn that that thanks you for having me on this program, and then people can watch this once it's out there where they can watch it. And I
Correct.
did not pre-advertise myself, but yeah, I need to do that because as a Facebook
Oh, here it is.
page
Open house.
as the Facebook page creator,
Mhm,
I am a we. I never give my name. I'm a we.
mhm.
We we because I'm talking for the wing.
Right.
Now, if I say something wrong and CAF headquarters doesn't like it, I'm sure they'll come talk to me, and so will my wing leader. But so far, knock on wood, I've been pretty clean up to this point. We are,
Nobody's on
uh,
your case.
yeah, no one's been on my case, and I try to make it very, it's it's a cool organization. It's cool. I've never been around a B-29. It's like, yeah, now I have. It's pretty cool. But,
So just so you know, you can go check out Bart. This is his flow page. It's flow.page/Bart Graham. And I'm really glad we had you here today. Again, Facebook pages aren't dead, guys.
yeah,
There are people that are growing them every day, and Bart is one of them. And if he can do it, trust me, he did not think he could do it. Tell him.
yeah. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
Well, I don't know about anybody. You've got an instinct for like connections, but I do feel
Yeah,
like that's one of the biggest things you did is you did those connections with those other pages. Let's recap. Let's recap. So number one, you obviously reached out to the wing people that were in your area, right? And you guys went as far as you could with that, about 1,000 people. That's the local area, right? Just your local
yeah,
wing. Then,
pretty much. Mhm.
yeah, then and friends of friends, right? And then you started to follow pages with the page. Your page followed other
Yes,
pages, not you, Bard, but your page
yes,
followed other pages.
yes,
And then you go on and you look at Facebook through the wing, I guess, lens, I guess. So
yes.
you are those show up in your feed because you're logged in as the wing, in the top, right?
Right.
And then when those things are in your feed, you read through those, a couple times a day, and you pick the ones that really
Yeah.
like appeal to you.
Yes. That's pretty much it. It's fairly simple. Or if I have some pictures I think be interesting, or
Mhm,
no, and I know you've said this to me. I've only boosted 2 times.
mhm,
I've not done any ads. I
mhm,
boosted 2 events. I boosted our very first event that we did last August when we did the page, and I boosted this event for the June meeting.
And I think that's really a good use of boosting. And when you say you boosted it and you targeted it
right,
specifically.
right, right.
Because
And
that's, I mean, you're having an event, so that's a live event. You want people from the area to see that so that they come.
right, exactly.
Because your followers are much more far flung than just your local area.
Yes. Yeah, and that was true because our wings are all across our units across the country. I love if I'm traveling, I'm going to if I'm in an area that has a wing or a unit,
Mhm.
squadron or whatever, I'm going to make a point to go visit them. And I hope that they would do the same. And I know when we had Sun and Fun here, first part of April, which
Tell them
is
what Sun
second
and
biggest,
Fun is. Be a little bit more clear.
yes, it's the second largest air show in the world, and we had it at Lakeland, 300,000 people, and we had a booth, and we were reaching out to women and say, hey, you guys, if you're coming down to Sun and Fun, make sure you stop by the booth. Say, hey, we're all part of the big family, you know.
Yeah, and that's really what's cool about what you're doing too. You're able to kind of tap into that because you followed all of their pages too with your
Right,
page. So that's
right,
also cool. I mean, even if you don't have a national organization that you're part of, because a lot of these pages are small, one-offs, that's what it is.
right.
You can find people that are symbiotic with you, right? That have the same thoughts or the same way of
Right.
looking at the world, right?
A lot of groups. There's a lot of.
Mhm.
We're a nonprofit page, but there are a lot of groups that you join, which I've joined. Uh, Some are private and you can't do much with that. You can be part of the group, but some are sort of like public that if they post something, you can like repost it, and
Mhm.
that gives them a little bit of traction. Sort of help each other. You know, I, we love having visitors at our meetings. That's all I
Right.
got to say.
Well, and you're great at like being the welcoming person because that's
Yep,
actually part of what you do the best. That's what you have been hired to do some from time to time is go and be, or at least you volunteered in many ways to
yep,
lead the media around a big event. And the
yep,
live events is kind of where you shine in many ways.
yep.
So it's really cool that you're now doing this, which is just on Facebook. And again, follow Bart. I'm going to push him because he doesn't push himself ever. So definitely follow Bart. Go follow him on LinkedIn. Do you have your LinkedIn link on your flow page?
Yeah,
Okay, so go
yeah,
there, follow him
sure.
on LinkedIn, connect with him. And anyway, so I think that's it for today. Again, Facebook isn't dead. Facebook is awesome, but you have to realize that you're going to have to do a certain thing. And I think that Bart has kind of cracked the code a little bit. So definitely go check out what I just showed you on this because he also has a link to his uh, Facebook page for the Commemorative Air Force. Tampa Bay Wing. And
Yeah,
so you can go there. I know it's the long name we were talking
yeah.
about, but I said it 4 times already without any trouble. So that was
But
my first issue.
we'll put
Uh,
we'll put the we'll put the my closing invitation out. If anybody's in Lakeland area wants to
mhm.
see a cool airplane, just reach out to me. We'll make it happen.
Ooh, I may do that.
If anybody gets in our area, just and they like cool airplanes, just reach out to me. We'll make it happen. We're not there at the hangar every day, but we certainly we can set a time to.
Yeah.
I can get in the hangar. I've got the key to the hangars.
Ooh, he's got access. See, and that's the other thing. VIP access, we're on it. All right, guys. And that is all for today. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, Bart,
No,
for
thanks,
sharing
man.
with us what you've done because I know, I mean, I'm so proud of you. Like, I'm so proud of how hard you work at this and how passionate you are about this craft. I mean, you really have done some amazing things, I think, with very little resources. And again, go and look at that Facebook page, study it. If you want a little bit of, help, I know Bart is very open to that kind of thing too. So let him know, and he'll help you out. And then, of course, as we were talking about earlier, we would love to have you at our open house, which is here in 2 weeks, the brand voice workshop, especially if you're you know running pages and you're doing things like this. We have an amazing community, so we would love to help you out. that is it. And any final words before we go?
Nope, nope. Thank you for having me, Cami. I appreciate this.
Thank you.
Come on. I know they call this stuff 15 minutes of fame. I was joking, say it's 15 seconds of fame, but I think I got more than 15 seconds out of this.
You did, and I'm really glad you're here. So thank you so much for coming. I'm glad you came. I'm going to run my channel promo on the way out because I forgot to do it at the beginning. So here we go.